Hi, Misha here. It's another Gut of the Day episode. Videos I'm doing just to kind of help people pass the time and just very informal. And in my first couple, I showed some guns I've had for a very long time. Both were com block. So this one, I thought I would just kind of change gears a bit. I have had this gun, or at least parts of this gun, for over 12 years. And it's not my first AR. It wasn't my first AR, but it's still a neat one. And it was my first real clone retro build. And we're, kind of in a gun panic or just kind of getting over one. And I built this gun during another gun panic back right after the Obama 2008 election. I was in Russia during the election, but I came back home around the holidays, and people were in full-blown panic mode, buying a lot of AR-15s. It was really right when the AR was starting to go mainstream and popular, and people were spending scads of money for them. And I had already shot a friend's M16A1 clone, built from one of these uppers. Now, these uppers came from the National Guard. You could buy them complete barreled uppers back in the day. You could pay $10 more to get a chrome line barrel. Otherwise, you would get essentially an M16A1 barrel, non-chrome lined, which today we know is actually more collectible, all that jazz. But back then, people didn't know, didn't really care. Retro building wasn't like it is today. So, through trading and stuff, I built this gun for about $350, just to show that people could still build an AR. Most of that was the upper. The seller also threw in a buttstock. And at that time, I just built it on a generic Aero Precision A2 lower. Because when I was getting into clone building and all that, I wasn't that detail-oriented. Plus, to be honest, I didn't really have the money to get a Nodak A1 lower at the time. I just didn't. We all go through phases when we don't have money. And at that time, I didn't. I'd been traveling and, I had to build this on the cheap. So yeah, this started off, as you see it here, on the upper on an A2 lower. And it had different furniture, a little more beat up. Now this upper is black. That's how it came from the Guard. It had been refurbished during service. Very common. I saw a lot of Colt uppers with FN barrels. It also has an A2 port door, again from the Guard. Probably got banged up along the way. No big deal. When all those M16A1 kits came around a few years back, I put a better set of furniture on this. And then, a few years later, I went ahead and bit the bullet and put on a Nodak Spud A1 lower. At that time, I was a dealer, and so prices were a little better. And also, I could fork out the $140. It taught me a lot about ARs. This was, on the A2 lower was the first time I threw a lower together. I remember putting it together by watching kind of a marathon of the Battlestar Galactica, the original series, not the newer one, which I love the new one, but yeah, I just put on 3 or 4 episodes and taught myself how to assemble AR lower. And, I've changed this up and made it a very respectable M16A1 clone, a good shooter grade one. I have my SP1 for an earlier one, and I've got, other clones that I've shown, including the Troy guns and whatnot. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun messing with this over the years. It's been reliable. This goes to show you about good quality Colt parts. All that good stuff, you know. But, yeah, just figured this would be a good fun one to bring out. Not a whole lot really to it. Retro building can be a lot of fun, especially during these shut-in times, so hey, that might be something for you guys to look at. It really is a lot of fun, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. And what's nice is you can always do it like I did, you know, get parts as you can afford them and upgrade other parts later. Why not? I ended up selling that Aero Precision lower for about what I had in it, so no harm, no foul. And you know, I originally was using a DPMS lower parts kit. I upgraded it to a Colt kit, you know, things like that. I've tried to make it very clone correct for a 1970s A1, so late production A1, hence the kind of more matte finish furniture. And that way the fact that it's kind of in a refurbished black doesn't really stand out. Now I've got plenty of gray guns too. So yeah, has anyone else done a clone build lately or even a long time ago you want to talk about? It's a topic I've always enjoyed. Anyway, if you could, like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the link to our Patreon page. This is Misha, and we'll catch you very soon next time.